I'd like to ask the hunters of this board to tell green texts or just short stories about unrecognized creatures seen in the woods, or similar strange experiences. Dinosaurs, skinwalkers, etc. Ever come across one such thing while hunting? Seen any impossible stuff like an elephant torn apart? No monster stories, but one time my dad almost got fucked up from 3 moose. Hunting fox with dad in northern MN in winter. Push a wood clamp in the middle of a field that usually has fox/coyote. We wear all white camo for fox hunting with snowshoes. Pretty hard to see us in general. Dad posts along this low spot in the ground because that's the general area animals run out. See through binoculars, dad is in position and begin to push the woods. I zigzag and make a ton of noise breaking branches because I'm pushing game towards dad. Hear an insane amount of crashing ahead of me. Sounds like I kicked up a bear. Roflo. Hear my dad take one shot. Huh. Did he shoot at a bear? Leave wood patch and see nothing, dead. Walk up to visibly shaken dad. Turns out I kicked up an adult bull moose, adult female moose and a baby moose. Ran exactly where we thought the animals would but didn't see my dad because he's in white camo. Moose are running full speed at my dad. He tries to wave them off but they don't see or care. Shoots a shot off at the ground when they were 20 feet away. Bull moose slightly turns and misses my dad by 3 feet. If you have ever seen adult bull moose, they are huge. It might as well have killed him but for sure cause serious injury. Moose are as dangerous or more than black bear in my opinion. No cryptid, but that's my moose encounter story. Be out in WA state, doing some white deer hunting. Just kicking in my hide, waiting for not straight boy Bambi to show up. Finally, the not straight boy shows, a good size buck needing some breaking. Side blast that fucker with some 6.5. Doesn't drop, instead hauls ass away. Begin the search for this dead not straight boy. Follow the blood trail for about half a mile. Find decent pool of blood, but no body, no more tracks. Notice blood is dripping from above me. Look up and find the 100+ pound deer up in the trees. With no goddamn head. Hear noise in the bushes and decide to fuck off right then. It was probably a cougar that dragged its corpse up there, it missing its head, and that's what bothered me. It's not exactly a cryptid, but I ran into a mountain lion, and technically the Game Commission says there are none here. Be me in a woods hunt in deer. Come across paw prints in soft mud. Way too big to be a bobcat. Not right to be a yote. Fuck it, let's follow it. Haven't seen anything else all day anyway. Spend a good 2 hours, tracking this bitch, follow it through a large overhang, looks like where it's bedding down, follow a new set out of there. Start to feel like I'm being watched. Realize I've doubled back over myself following the tracks. This is totally not good. JPG. Now I know I'm being watched. Hear the occasional branch crack, leaf rustle. Work back towards my stand, and the rest of the group, getting real fucking nervous, something is closer. Gotta be the cat. Dad came in from behind me at an angle, sheer chance, spooked it and it fucking bolted. Watched it run out around me like 70 yards away, flitting through the trees. So that's how I almost got eaten by a cat that the Game Commission swears isn't here. Hunting turkey in southwestern Ontario with a bud on a farm. Zero dark stupid. We call a tom through the tree lean we're sitting in. Maybe 30 yards away in bush but can't see him. There's a crash and the tom spooks. Buddy in tree stand sees something moving where Tom used to be. Fucking yotes, man. Spend all day calling yotes, vowing revenge. Sweet fuck all. A couple of weeks later, farmer tells us a story. Ministry of Natural Resources officers go to neighbor's farm. He's like WTF. Okay, where's the mountain lion? He's like to know what you're talking about. We have a GPS chip tracker. He shot a cougar that was prowling around and threw it in his compost. Cougar must have spooked our Tom as farmers shot all the yotes already. Be 6 years old. Parents and uncle drinking and talking. It's dark, maybe 10 p.m. Live in middle of nowhere. Parents and uncle convince me to go check the traps by myself. Okay, sure. Grab pellet gun and extra pellets. Don't bring flashlight because I'm dumb 6-year-old. Go in a woods to first trap. No moon. Pitch dark. In a woods. Hear thrashing near trap. Approach trap. Foot trap at a culvert. Turn past tree so I can see culvert. Glowing eyes look back at me. Oh no no no. Large hiss from animal. Oh shit oh shit. Quick shot pellet gun in general direction, but because it's black, peep sights in pitch dark can't even see the sights. Run home scared as fuck. Tell parents monster in a woods. Check trap with dad in the morning. Got a raccoon. Kill raccoon and sell pelt for $35. Good ol' days. Profit. Not a cryptid but weird events while hunting in Europe. Be me. Meet buddies in bumfuck Eastern Europe. Gonic tier lads I met on joint exercise while in Bangistani army. Give us shitty Soviet-era Romanian axe and go into woods for shooting. Going for a few hours before pausing for food and beer. Buddy shouts us over. Find a deer carcass. They think it's wolves since they're known in the area. Probably won't even see one since they dodge Hunans, but probably have scared deer away. Hiking on we find a wolf carcass. Huh. Follow the trail. Goes to a cave. It's a fucking bear family. We managed to nope out of there. Call police. They don't believe us, call us drunk gonics. Take them to the site. They shit their pants and nope out of there. Eventually get some animal control not straights to remove them. Best part is that they'd escaped from some post-Soviet gangsters' mansion and set up in the woods. A few hunters had gone missing in the area and it's likely the Spare family had killed and eaten them. I don't have any stories myself, but I have some neat green text here that I think might be of interest to you. First time green texting, felt I had to get this off my back to let at least someone hear it. Be me 2 years ago. Parents own cabin in northern Saskatchewan. Yes, I am northern Canada kook, fuck off. Decide I want to spend time by myself up there, parents agree because they want me out of their attic. Been really into X past little while, so I found the idea of being by myself and isolated with whatever is out there in northern forest oddly comforting. Drive up there late November, stocked up on food to last a few months. Leave my phone at home since I only use it for internet related stuff. Cabin has electricity and a dish, no internet but all my video are offline anyway. Bring rifle as well for hunting. Cabin has basic rectangular layout with an extension added on when my sister and I were born, to add extra room for us on vacations there. Mostly made out of wood except for tin roof on extension. Unpack my shit and chill when I show up. Cabin is really close to the tree line, very small clearing it was built on. Others would find this claustrophobic, I find it comforting. Like I said, oddly relaxed when it comes to the vaguely threatening like X. First night I chill and listen to the sounds of animals as I fall asleep, no TV, just relaxing and settling into my new environment. Hear cow moose off in distance, pretty chill. First day, get all my winter clothes on and head out into the woods. Stay close by the trees where the snow is mildly easier to walk through. I don't go out by any major clearings because snow's too deep. Reminded of all the times I walked through these woods as a kid with family. Decide to get out further and travel in parts I never went before. Parents would never tell us where we could and couldn't go, just never got around to it when I was younger. Hear that cow moose off again in the distance. Hell yeah, maybe I can get up close and have a good look at it. Moose are kind of dangerous up here since they're not familiar with people, but I figure I could climb a tree if it charges for some reason. Walk to where the call is coming from. Sound doesn't get any louder, but I figure that it must be walking away from me. Can't find any moose tracks, so I decide it's too far away to even chase after. Only like 7 hours of daylight at this time of year or something, so I start walking back. This is not the kind of place you want to get lost in. Once back home, start to think about the whole thing. Consider myself paranoid, cook dinner, and go to bed. Things went on quietly for the next few weeks. Found a rotting bull moose with all the skin on its head chewed off, explain it away as maggots or other small animals. Tried to go hunting for deer and anything else, but could never find tracks despite all the calls I heard at night, mostly female for some reason. Always tell myself they must just be out further than I usually venture. One day go out and actually manage to snag a small buck. Fuck yeah. PNG. Never shot one by myself before, so I have no idea how to take care of the meat. Decide I'd leave it till tomorrow and butcher it when I wake up. Go full retard mode and leave it hanging outside as to not stink up the cabin. Next day go out and there are fucking bites taken out of it. God fucking damn it. JPG. Some animal got to it first and mangled the poor bastard. Really went at it on the head for some reason, all the skin was chewed off. Couldn't recognize the bite marks but decided to stop walking out so far into the woods. Start to wonder how I got a male buck if all the calls I heard were female. I know what calls mean what, and these were more long drawn out indicating female. Paranoia sets in since I get anxious about random bullshit. Quickly make myself forget about it since I promised myself I'd stay for the full few months and not go home early. Next night can't sleep because of anxious thoughts. Insomnia. GIF. Begin to hear a very slight noise. It was a very quiet night, so I would be able to hear something outside if anything was there. Sound is almost rhythmic, but I can't make out what it is. Eventually, it gets louder as if the sound itself is frustrating. Realize something must be making it. Sit up and listen to what has now become an audible scratching noise like something being scraped over wood. Sound travels all the way across the cabin, past where I'm sleeping in the extension and all the way around again. The second time it passes the extension, it stops right where I am sitting in the bed for just a moment and then continues. This goes on for a few minutes, then stops. Pass out from exhaustion. The next day I have to convince myself what happened wasn't a dream. Begin to form an idea in my mind of some intelligent animal. It can't just be a coincidence. In the middle of the day I build up the courage, go outside and see what happened. Scratches in the snow-covered walls, not enough to wreck the wood but enough to see a pattern of scratches that were more than a few feet above the ground, as if something did them purposefully. This wasn't just some dumb animal. Finally decide to take a look at my door. The scratches were serious on the wooden door, as if someone with gigantic fingernails spent hours scraping at it, stripping balls on fear at this point. Whatever it was intelligent enough to tell the door was the way in, but predatory enough to use circling as an intimidation tactic. Come to the logical conclusion that whatever this was, it must have been the same thing that mauled my fucking buck. Finally decide to look at the footprints. Best way to describe them is long bear footprints. Whatever the fuck this thing was, it certainly was not a bear. Begin to realize something. There were no footprints around the cabin, just ones leading up to it and leaving. The thing was climbing around my walls and dragging its nails to create the scratches. Definitely not a bear. Just want to fucking get out of there at this point. Sun starts to go down and storm clouds start moving in. I've been out here for 2 hours just looking at all this shit in awe. Can't leave in a blizzard or in the dark, so I lock myself the fuck in and get into bed with gun. Mind starts racing when night hits. Wind is howling outside, but off in the distance I hear that goddamn cow moose call again. Begin to put 2 and 2 together. Whatever the fuck this thing was, it was calling male animals in by mimicking female mating calls. Must have preferred male animals since they have more meat. When I left that goddamn buck outside, it could tell I was here. The first full day I spent here and was trailing that cow moose call, it must have been right fucking above me in a tree. Train of thought was stopped when I heard that goddamn scratching noise again. I can barely make it out because of the loud ass blizzard, but I recognize it. Either it sees me as an alpha predator rival or as prey, and at this point I don't know which is worse. This goddamn thing is insanely good at climbing because I hear the sounds of feet on a wooden roof. The storm is so loud I can't make out exactly where the feet are on the roof, just hearing the sounds of feet on wood and snow faintly. Suddenly the sound changes to feet on the tin. Right fucking above me. JPG. I can't handle this shit anymore, but I can't leave because that's exactly what it wants. The sounds of banging on tin go on for what feels like hours as the storm rages on. Eventually, it goes away, thank God. Blizzard begins to die down too. Can hear things more clearly outside. Was not fucking prepared for what happened next. Hear woman's voice outside. Not making any discernible words, almost babbling, moaning like it's orgasming. Oh no, you fucking don't, you barefoot demon, you're not tricking me like you did all those moose and deer. Sounds very close, at least within the tree line. Grab a big ass flashlight and open one of the unlocked windows. Shine it outside where the sound is coming from. See 7 foot tall, slim, muscular build at first, then eyes adjust to what I'm looking at. Face is a hideous interpretation of a human's, like if you described to an alien what a person looked like and told them to draw it, then fed the drawing to dogs. Nose was turned up like it was facing directly at me. Eyes weren't sunken like one would suspect, they were bulbous and protruding with gigantic fucking pupils. Eyes looked almost swollen. The best way to describe the mouth was like the one on the mouth of Sauron from Return of the King, round, and way too big. Face was shaped like a baboon's face, very oval-like with a heavy brow ridge. The only difference being was that it was incredibly flat and its forehead was huge. It pulled its lips back to bare its teeth in a predatory fashion. Except all it looked like was as if it was smiling at me. Its hands were a grotesque combination of sloth and human hands. In one of its hands it held the head of a buck. Had all the skin on it chewed off like before. This was a goddamn threat. After getting a good look at it, I take a shot at it. Not sure if I hit it since the flashlight dropped, but I could see it drop the head and run off into the woods. Grabbed the flashlight and pointed it in its direction again and could barely make out the shape of it climbing a tree in seconds and jumping off from one tree to another. Stayed up the rest of the night and left in the morning. Came home early and told my parents I was feeling lonely as an excuse to come back. Never told them about it because they would have accused me of taking drugs. This is probably the only time I'll ever tell this story anyways. I don't believe in magic or forest demons because I'm not a complete retard. I believe what I saw was a grotesque failure of evolution. Some mutated fucking animal that managed to survive long enough out there. Not giving it a stupid name like other Oddists do when they see shit on this board. I'm never going back to fucking northern Saskatchewan as long as I live. Deer hunting in Southern California, maybe 2015-16-ish. I was sitting on the roof of an old house watching this trail, and after about an hour of waiting I decided to move up the trail. As I began to go down the ladder I could see across the rooftop and in the brush there was something moving. So I slowly got back on the roof and watched the brush move around. There was no wind, and it was about 1 p.m. I saw two ears and the top of a head stick out and look directly at me. It sort of resembled a coyote, but it definitely wasn't one. We stared at each other for a solid minute. It was about 35 yards from me at the most. I raised my binoculars up to take a better look, and as I looked into them, it was gone. I dropped them and looked around, there was nothing. The brush didn't even move. I ran over there instantly and looked for tracks, couldn't find anything. It spooked me because it looked like it was hunting me, and it realized that I saw it so it took off. Still have no idea what it was. Here's my one and only true experience. No schizo or role-playing here. I'll be honest, I never considered cryptids may exist till this happened. Okay, no bullshit on this one, this is the only real spooky experience I've had. Backstory: went camping the previous weekend to the time of story, friends and I kept chirping skinwalkers/Wendigos, saying stuff like fuck em, I oughta fuck it up if I ever see one, I wish a Wendigo would. Why ain't there no Wendigos, etc etc. Nothing happened, but one of my native friends said that was extremely bad juju and we shouldn't mess around with that shit. Yeah, whatever. Wave. Flash forward to the following week. Buy new shotgun, decide to go shooting after work on a weekday. Usually full parking lots are empty. Weird but okay. Only pass one truck on road, he's leaving the Crown land. Get weird gut feeling, decide to ignore it and keep driving to shooting spot. Pull up, dead silence, gut feeling still there but decide to ignore it again and go shoot. Shoot off a box of slugs before it starts to rain/get super foggy. Still feeling kind of nervous for some reason. Decide to pack it up and get ready to go home. Gut feeling's gone. Drive around a km down the road before I decide to pull over. Gotta make sure gun's locked up and have no ammo laying around in the case. Cooked Leafland. I get out of vehicle. Walk to rear door and ensure everything's secured. Rain and fog continues. Instantly get a intense feeling of being watched. Look around but can't see anything. Intense silence / almost feels like the air turned heavy. Oh shit. JPG, pretty scared for some reason, never felt this way before. Leap back into car and start it before hauling ass down the road. Gut feeling went away. May not be super scary but I have never felt anything like that again or before. Pick is how surroundings looked minus rain / fog. Not really cryptid, but scared me a bit. First time camping with new dog. Set up tarp at the base of a hill that used to have a fire watchtower. Wrap tie out around tree for dog. Sleep. Holy fuck shit fuck get off me, what the fuck, don't rape me. Dog decided to walk over tarp and jump on me. Have to retie the rope. Head back to bed. Wake up to growling right by my face. Bolt up and fuck the tarp up again. Run out to see dog growling at something on the hill. Flashlight up there and see a bunch of eyes. They leave and I set up the tarp again. Wake up in the morning and start packing up. See massive pile of fresh dog shit 20 feet away. Dog tie out doesn't reach that far. Yotes got close to me and probably fucked my dog. Drop my trouser and start pissing. Dog tries to drink from the stream. Kick him away and piss on myself. Cook some beans on top of the hill. Kinda comfy. Yotes will do crazy shit with dogs. Be me, chillin' at my cabin in a woods. Cabin backs up to 8,000 acres of timber company land. There is nothing for miles until you get to the river. Behind the cabin is a big hill with a depression/creek bottom. Taking out dogs so I can go to bed. Dogs are walking around yard, fixin' to take their poops. You're insane, banshee screaming, like a dog caught in a trap in the creek bottom. Dogs flipping out, get dogs inside. I have my Glock 42 but go inside to get Glock 19 for investigating. Continue to hear banshee screams, get close to them. It's a coyote laying there. Coyote sees me and takes off. Feel really weird all of a sudden. Shine light up the hill. Hillside is glowing with a bunch of eyes. Mag dump into hill. Find some blood the next day. I think they were trying to trick my dogs into coming to investigate so the rest of the pack could come down the hill and kill them. Fuck yotes, man. Not a hunter but had a experience in high school which me and my 3 buddies will remember forever. Be me. Who else? 7 years ago. In high school. If you volunteer to be a camp counselor for a week at this camp for the local 5th graders, you get off school for a week to basically do nothing. I remember when I was in 5th grade and played captured the flag and the counselors got drunk, so my turn. All my friends signed up. Half of the football team is gone for the week due to this. Me and buddies on a Thursday night, it was the 12th grade, you see where I'm going with this. Went out to the woods at 11:15ish, dig around at the tree, lean drinking a little and vaping, and go in around 11:45. We went in the dark, me, John, Bob, and Ross, fake names. We go to a tower in the woods that overlooks a lake. The time is 12 o'clock Friday the 13th. A mile into the trail we joke with each other about I heard something or what was that. We were drinking gas station shooters of whiskey, fucking around. Get to tower, chill for a little. We leave. Go past this auditorium in the woods which is used for plays and shit. In the woods towards tree line is a black figure, human or humanoid. It was a gray top, black bottom figure. As if the shirt was gray and the pants or legs were black. We saw this after the flashlight shined off the trail and went to the far side of the rock seating rows. As soon as the light met it, our eyes met it, and we dashed. We ran off trail, literally falling and tripping like in the horror movies. We would grab each other to get ahead. After we got to a clearing where we entered, we looked back. Looked back to the entrance of the trail like 60 maybe 80 yards away. The figure walked back into the black and the flashlight dimmed against its back as it went further and further in the woods. We still have zero clue what we saw that night. No one believes us. We thought it could have been a teacher hiking at night, but it made no sense to be that far in the woods. In 2007 I spent the summer in North Charleston. Every night after drinking and socializing a little at the No Wake Zone, a local bar, I would sneak down to the water's edge and gig bullfrogs. Ducklings, they're quite delicious, roasted, and various intercoastal fish. One night, I was processing my catch and throwing the entrails back into the water near the shore. I heard an odd keening cry from out of the darkness, and the water began slapping the shore as if something very large was moving in the water. I lifted a full Blue Moon keg with one hand over my head and threw it out towards the sound. The sky opened up, the stars wheeling overhead, and an oppressive force grasped my mind as a yellow amorphous miasma descended from the cursed heart of some dark star in a galaxy far, far away. Forbidden mysteries were revealed to me as my soul was wrung, weighed, and found wanting by beings so old and alien to the mind of men that mere words cannot describe the horror of their existence. One after another the same bizarre phrase was burned into my mind. In their inhuman approximation for our speech they kept repeating, "Feels good, man." To this day I don't know what it means.